On version 1.21 we received this element, the crafter, and some of us thought on what uses we can give this element. Here I bring 5 applications on long and tedious tasks that I do not want to do, and I prefer for a machine to do it. Welcome to Big Brother 161, and today I will explain some applications for the crafter. So let's begin. Well, application number 1 is dried kelp blocks. Given that some of us have kelp farms, we can also use this furnace array, like one we have over here. The contraption is very simple. Here we have a supply of dry kelp, which may come directly from a furnace array, or we can fill it up by hand, filling up the crafter. So here we have a classical clock made of 2 observers, and we flick the lever just to allow the flow from this hopper. We can see here the crafter getting filled up, and until it has 9 pieces, a constant signal is going to eventually craft a dry kelp block. And this makes for an easier way to store. Of course, we can speed the process using a dropper or another hopper in parallel. The second application is pretty obvious. Maybe we have a piglin farm that produces a lot of golden nuggets, so we can take these and store them in a more efficient way. Where we take the nuggets and convert it to golden ingots, then take the ingots and convert it to golden blocks. Here we have the nugget intakes. And then we have this crafter, which is crafting the golden ingots. Slowly this crafter is going to be filled up, and when it is filled, it crafts the golden block, as we can see here. So let's say this contraption is one a bit more complicated than the previous one, where you have the first crafter, the intake of golden ingots, then we have this clock made up of 2 observers. Each time a golden ingot is crafted, it is transported towards the second crafter. But different from the first one, this does not have a redstone clock. This is done because it will be too fast. In case we have a golden ingot in the first place, we run the risk that it is going to craft 9 golden nuggets again. So here we have a comparator taking out the signal, a second comparator connected towards the auxiliary, inputting a signal of 9. This is done using a lectern and a book of 15 pages set on page 9. And of course, this very design, we can use it on other applications that run on storage blocks. For example, here we have the dry kelp, where 9 of these make up a block. For example, here we have all this dry kelp, that when crafted into the dry kelp block, it is stored on this simple double chest. We have a similar situation with the golden nuggets, where the nuggets turn into ingots and the ingots turn into blocks. So this is how 81 double chests of golden nuggets look like. If we turn all this into blocks of gold, we only need this storage. Now we're going to see an application that personally gets beneath my nerves. Dispensers. If we take these ingredients, we can craft a dispenser. So we place this figure, we place all the ingredients, but the problem we first encounter is that bows do not stack. Therefore, we have to craft the dispensers one by one. And that's the time that takes us to craft 7 of these. But now we have the option to leave this to a machine. So we have the following arrangement, where we have the cobblestone place over here and a stack of redstone dust over here. And we have the feed with bows. We have a double chest with which are 54 items, and these 2 hoppers which are full, making a total of 64 items. So now we flick the lever. This arrangement is going to quickly craft the dispensers, because the contraption detects when all the slots are filled and it crafts the dispenser. It is done this way because we run the risk that is going to craft droppers, which we do not want. 4, 3, 2, 1 and done. And that way we have a stack of dispensers. So we just have to place here the ingredients and over here all the bows. The behind parts of the contraption is like the previous one, where we have the feed of bow items towards the crafter. Over here a comparator. On the auxiliary, the first comparator, we have another one, feeding signal 9 with the lectern and the book. Maybe you do not want to craft the bows, and we can automate this one too, where we only need sticks and string. Here we have another contraption. We go here to the crafter, and we select the slots we are not going to use. This is the recipe for the bow. So first, we're going to feed the ingredients from these hoppers. And we can even place some extra chests here for extra storage. And once we flick the lever, the contraption is going to start crafting the bows. This crafting is a little bit slower, because once the ingredients start to deplete, we have to wait on each step for the ingredients to fill up again. And since we only have one hopper from each of these ingredients, each of the hoppers have to fill 3 slots. And the speed is set by these repeaters. We have this block here that feeds this redstone piece, here a repeater and place 4, a redstone torch, and we finish this cycle with this repeater here on position 1. Let's try to place this a little bit faster. We can see that the filling of these ingredients starts to lag. That's why we need position 4, because at this speed, time is enough for the ingredients to fill up again. Now we're going to see what happens if we run out of one of the ingredients. The crafting has stopped, and this is what this contraption is designed to do. Once one of these hoppers runs out of ingredients, this torch is going to light up. We can see this comparator is shut down. No signal. And for the time being, the crafting is going to stop. And this is going to resume only if the ingredient supply is restored. Now, using this concept, we can also apply it to the crafting of dispensers. This is a more simple contraption. So remember that the dispenser is crafted with these materials: cobblestone, redstone and bow. Here we have the supply of bows. And for this design I did not include an extra supply for cobblestone and redstone. This generates a problem. That if in that instant a bow is not on the slot, well, our cobblestone or redstone will also take the space on the slot, for example supplying it with an extra hopper over here. Because when the dispenser is crafted and the bow is removed here, well, this slot is going to be filled with cobblestone or redstone. We can play this design here with a double chest and 2 hoppers, and when the comparator detects that there are no more ingredients, the crafting will stop. Flick the lever, we start to get dispensers. But let's suppose the bows are going to run out. 3, 2, 1, done. The contraption is blocked. Here we have these ingredients, but the production has stopped. Because this is going to start again when we supply again more bows. For example here, this machine is going to craft 10 extra dispensers. And taking now 2 of these concepts and combining them, the bows and the dispensers, and we can make a bigger contraption, where we have string and sticks. That way we craft the bow, and combining the bow with cobblestone and redstone, we can get the dispensers. You can see this one portrayed over here. Here's sticks, here's strings. If either of these 2 run out, it will stop crafting bows. So you can see here the redstone signal that allows the crafting of bows is the same one that allows the crafting of dispensers. Now we flip the lever, we can see here the new supply of bows. And this crafter starts crafting the dispensers. So, to the previous contraption, we just have to add this small piece over here. This is rather a quite simple contraption, and we just have to add the hoppers that supply the cobblestone and redstone. But in a way that neither cobblestone or redstone take up the space of the bow. Well, use number 4 is going to be an item that we use quite a lot. Crafting dispenser is rather tedious. Well, crafting rockets is not tedious, but it is of massive consumption, so if we're going to use quantities of this, it is probably convenient to automate the process. So again, we have pretty much the same contraption as the previous one. Probably this one is going to become universal. And even we could place another hopper over here. We place another comparator, a block, and over here another torch. And here we have an arrangement that can be used for 3 ingredients. So here we have the rocket, which is crafted with gunpowder and paper, and the rest of the slots are blocked. Here we have the comparators that block out these 2 torches. And over here, the loop of repeaters. Position 1 and position 4. Don't forget the torch. And this one is the signal that comes from the lever. Let's flick the lever, and since the hopper only has to provide one of the slots, we can do this faster. The speed seems quite correct. But what if we want to craft rockets with duration 2? It's pretty much the same arrangement. Here gunpowder, here paper. So let's try with position 1. You can see this is quite fast. Position 2? Probably position 2 is enough. But by far the most used rockets is probably duration 3. So here we have again the same arrangement. Paper, gunpowder, gunpowder, gunpowder. Let's try position 2. Flick the lever. So let's try and see. Yeah, we can see it's lagging. Position 3. Still lagging. Position 4. And yeah, the speed seems quite right. And that way, we're collecting duration 3 rockets, where we just have to go to our paper and gunpowder farms. We can also probably place a crafter that is feeding up the paper, crafting from sugarcane. You can see which parts of this you want to automate. And for our 5th application, yeah, this is probably one of the best Minecraft foods, if not the best one, so we only have to combine golden nuggets and carrots to make golden carrots. And here we can see a difference with this arrangement. Remember, we need 8 nuggets and 1 carrot to make one of these. So for this contraption, providing the carrots is easy, but providing 8 nuggets for its crafting is not that easy. It's going to take more time. So here we have the input redstone signal that is blocked by 3 torches, which represent the 3 comparators taking signal to the 3 supply lanes of the crafting. Here we have the carrots, here we have nuggets, and this one nuggets also, so they can provide nuggets twice as fast. So the arrangement quite the same, and here we're going to have the max delay to give the crafter enough time to fill up. So let's activate it, and here we can see this final part. It only gets to 62, so let's add another delay. Still lagging, maybe one more. Yeah, that seems quite right. So for this one, remember that each of the hoppers have to provide nuggets for 4 slots. So this one we can put on position 4, and this one on position 3. So here we can see a very simple contraption for crafting, and maybe some redstone engineers are going to come up with some impressive creations, but these applications are ones that everybody can use, and we can apply them on our worlds. This has been Big Brother 161, and remember, I will be watching.